On the very first day of her return to the country, Miss Charlotte received devastating news. Her younger sister had fallen into a coma and was hospitalized. Determined to uncover the truth, she didn't hesitate to apply for a job at the company where her sister had worked. However, the moment she stepped in, she was met with a so-called warm welcome from a group of coworkers, all conspiring to put her in her place. To make matters worse, the department director barged in holding a design blueprint, not to offer help, but to slap her across the face without any explanation. Then, he announced that one of those troublemaking coworkers would be delivering a speech at the company banquet the next day. Charlotte took a closer look at the blueprint and immediately recognized a unique marking, one that belonged to her sister. It was clear that the design was her sister's work. Yet, the guilty coworker shamelessly denied it, arrogantly declaring, unless the real author steps forward to prove it. But Charlotte knew the truth. Her sister was still lying unconscious in the hospital. Furious, she didn't hesitate to slap the liar right back. After work, the Carter family's butler arrived in a luxury car to pick Charlotte up. Her nasty coworker saw this and immediately assumed she had hooked up with a rich sugar daddy. Little did they know, this so-called sugar daddy was actually her family's butler. On the night of the banquet, Charlotte made a stunning entrance in an elegant gown, exuding confidence and power. Meanwhile, her jealous coworkers were still spreading rumors. Charlotte didn't waste a second. Without hesitation, she slapped them across the face, not once, but 3 times. Humiliated and furious, the troublemakers ran straight to their own sugar daddy, President Johnson, to complain. They even dragged in President Miller, hoping for backup. After hearing the gossip, President Miller didn't even blink before offering Charlotte a staggering $1 million in exchange for spending the night with him. Her jealous coworker, hearing that amount, was practically ready to throw herself at President Miller instead. Charlotte's expression turned ice cold as she flatly rejected President Miller's disgusting offer. But instead of backing off, President Miller slapped her across the face. Without missing a beat, she pulled out her phone and called the butler, instructing him to dump all the stocks of President Johnson and President Miller's companies. Moments later, the butler arrived in person. Not even 5 minutes passed before both President Johnson and President Miller received the devastating news. Both of their companies had just collapsed. Their smug expressions twisted into sheer panic. When they finally got a good look at the butler, their legs nearly gave out. Only then did they realize who he really was, the most mysterious butler of the Carter family. Desperate to save themselves, the 2 presidents turned their rage toward the troublemaking coworker, blaming her for everything. Without hesitation, they gave her a brutal reality check in the form of a severe beating. But even after being beaten black and blue, the troublemaker refused to give up. She was already scheming her next move. Clearly, her self-destructive path was just beginning.